Every video game should have a cinematic replay system. What do I mean by that? Well, I don't mean a mode that lets you take pretty screenshots like NVIDIA's Ansel.
It allows you to get a free camera, and then the user, while playing the game, can pause the game, then move the camera wherever they want, take a quick screenshot, and get the optimal angle. There's a number of filters that you can layer on top, from vignetting to contrast and brightness and depth of field and various others.
Although I think that technology is pretty important. I'm talking about a system that allows players to use virtual cameras inside the game. So they can get those beautiful cinematic shots we've all seen. All the player needs to do is press a button after the match or game is over, and it would save all the data needed to recreate the match later. These replays can be used for anything that the player wants. But since I'm talking about a cinematic replay system, it would be used for content creation rather than simply viewing past matches. If the system doesn't exist, then it severely limits the ability of content creators to make visually pleasing videos like these. There are a lot of games that already have some type of system to allow replay of past matches. Games like Rocket League, Fortnite, Rainbow Six Siege call this replay mode. The Call of Duty franchise calls it theater mode, and CSGO has a demo viewer, but they all practically do the same thing, although some of them do it better than others. Rocket League with mods installed is almost perfect. The problem is that mods are unreliable and tend to be buggy as compared to systems built in by the game developer. Fortnite also has a good system, although it doesn't have a green screen effect, which becomes important for some crazy edits later. Call of Duty's theater mode is okay, but it's missing the green screen effect as well as some good cameras. CSGO's demo viewer is awful, but with the use of mods, it becomes manageable. And then Rainbow Six Siege's replay mode is still in beta as of posting this video, but at its current state, it's lacking many features that I would consider crucial. This includes cameras, free cam, the green screen effect, and the list goes on. Hopefully they'll be able to add some of that stuff as the system matures though. A replay system must have a few things for it to be considered cinematic and thus good in my book. First, the system needs a hideable UI, so it doesn't show things like ammo count, minimap, outlines, or icons on the screen that would otherwise ruin the shot. Next, the system would need game speed control, so that you could record the game in slow motion without recording at a very fast frame rate. It would also make it easier to find where you want to start and stop your recording. Next, you would need a field of view slider, as well as roll control so your camera isn't just level with the ground. Most importantly, you need placeable cameras in the 3D environment, as well as the ability to transition between cameras over time using keyframes. For example, I want to place a camera at point A at a specific time and another camera at point B at another time. When I start the replay, the camera will transition from point A to point B. These points need to also remember all the settings that I had when I made the point. This includes FOV, roll, and the position in the 3D space. The way these cameras interpolate the transition between the points should also be adjustable, since there are many different ways to interpolate a line. Next, the replay system should have a green screen, black screen, or other colored screens like red or blue, and this would allow the player to separate the background from the foreground. They can then, through the use of a video editor, apply effects separately to each layer, and there's no need for manual rotoscoping. All the things I mentioned allow the player to record high-quality cinematics, and all they need is a recording program like OBS. A lot of the time, it feels like game developers just throw in a replay system without too much thought. To me, this is a bad way of looking at the features, since content creation draws a lot of attention to the game. It's basically free advertising, so I would think that game developers would want to make it as easy as possible for content creators to, well, create content.